TBS News, I'm Rosine Park. South Korean health authorities have recorded 2,520 new COVID-19 cases and 21 additional virus-related deaths. The Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency said Thursday's tally marked a slight hike from the previous day's 2,425, which marked the first time in 6 days that daily infections exceeded 2,400. Of the total, all but 26 were local cases of transmission, and mostly from the greater Seoul area. The number of patients reported to be in serious or critical condition in the last 24 hours rose by 13 to 473. Authorities have warned of the threat of more outbreaks as social distancing measures are further eased under the government's Living with COVID-19 scheme aimed at returning to normalcy.
선투어드 부산, 부산을 향하여 일동 묵념.
A moment of silence and a 21-gun salute today pay tribute to United Nations troops killed in the Korean War. Their sacrifices were commemorated at the annual Turn Toward Busan ceremony. In his address, Prime Minister Kim Boo-kyum said South Korea will preserve the value of freedom until complete peace comes to the peninsula. He said the country will continue to fulfill its obligations as a member of the international community and vowed to expand assistance to nations in need. He also pledged efforts to find all soldiers missing from the war. The recently recovered remains of 3 fallen British soldiers were buried today at the UN Memorial Cemetery in Busan. The U.S. Defense Department has said more work needs to be done for the transfer of wartime operational control from Washington to Seoul. Spokesman John Kirby said the allies have yet to make any decisions on the timing of the OPCON transition when asked about the matter at a daily briefing. South Korea sought to complete the transfer before President Moon Jae-in's 5-year term ends in May. The move is designed to be made after Korea's armed forces are determined to have acquired all necessary capabilities. Kirby said it was unclear when such an evaluation would take place. And the U.S. and China have issued a rare joint statement saying they'll step up their efforts to tackle climate change. The world's 2 biggest emitters of greenhouse gases said accelerated action and greater cooperation in the next decade would be decisive. Their statement follows around 30 virtual meetings over 10 months. Chinese President Xi Jinping insisted he was committed to fighting climate change.
It had come to me that harms done to nature will eventually harm ourselves. China will actively promote ecological conservation. To us, lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets. We will intensify comprehensive efforts to stem soil erosion and win the critical battle of pollution prevention and control.
And South Korea will host the United Arab Emirates in Goyang today as the final stage of their World Cup qualifying round reaches its midway point. The 35th-ranked South Korean team will take on 71st-ranked UAE at Goyang Stadium just northwest of Seoul at 8 p.m. That's all the news for now. You're listening to TBS eFM.